How happy were you when you got to know your JEE Advanced score?
Well, I was extremely happy. Honestly, it was beyond my expectations only.
Tell us more about your love for physics.
In physics especially, there were only few formulae, like F is equal to ma.
Yeah.
After that, everything else comes on how much you can think on your own.
What did you exactly do in your JEE preparation journey?
Whatever you do, you have to work a lot. But it's not just that you have to study 24/7 because that's not possible. And it's not just about how much time you study, but it's also about how effectively you study so that you can get maximum productivity. That is what matters most.
Tell us more about your testing ecosystem that you found at ALLEN. How effective was the study material and the testing environment that you got here?
Especially about the study material at ALLEN, you get a lot of modules. All these modules were very extensive in theory actually. And the best part about it is because they were very extensive, sometimes in class if you weren't clear about some concept, it would always be helpful to refer the module and read it over.
ALLEN test series that really helped you finalize your testing strategy for the final JEE Advanced exam?
One thing that was actually very helpful was the score tests which we wrote towards the end of the annal. We realized after writing 2-3 score tests that it was actually a better strategy to follow CMP.
What role do you think error analysis played for you and how did your teachers support you through that?
Error analysis, in my opinion, is just as much or even more important than the test itself. Teachers are very crucial in playing that role.
Indeed.
That's the advantage of having a good peer group. We would all clarify the silly doubts which we had amongst ourselves, and we would ask all our common doubts to our teachers so that we could explain in detail and cover all our gaps.
Sometimes showing up is just half of the battle. What you do after makes all the difference. One such example of success in JEE Advanced 2026 is with us today. We have Dhivith Vivek, one of the top performers of JEE Advanced 2026 from ALLEN Bengaluru. Welcome, Dhivith. Thank you so much for taking out time to do this.
No problem.
How happy were you when you got to know your JEE Advanced score?
Well, I was extremely happy. Honestly, it was beyond my expectations only. Honestly, we had just been wishing that we would get enough score to just get inside IIT Madras Electrical.
Oh.
But the way my score is and the predictions are, it's much better than that.
Lovely. So when you get a result that is beyond your expectations, I'm sure it thrilled you enough. How did your parents react to it?
My parents were really happy for me. I mean, they were ready to do anything, and the most important thing was before the exam, they didn't pressurize me or anything that you have to get this.
Right.
So they were like ready to accept anything, even if I hadn't done well, even if I had got like much lesser than what I had got. Still, I'm pretty sure they would have been happy for me because I would have tried my best, and how much effort you put in, that's all that matters.
True. Your parents being from the same field of engineering, do you think that kind of encouraged you to pursue this?
Yes, I mean, I feel like it doesn't matter what your parents are as long as they were supportive.
True.
Both my parents and my sister are both software engineers. All of them are software engineers, but still I wanted to do something related to physics. So I was somewhat opposed to computer science and they didn't fully reject that choice. So
unlike the general audience, they fully didn't reject the choice. So what prompted you to pursue this dream of electrical engineering? Tell us more about your love for physics.
Okay, so from like 10th standard itself, I always knew that it was fascinating how physics works, right? Compared to other subjects like, especially chemistry, where there's more memorization involved. There's not that much which you can infer in certain subjects, like especially in inorganic.
True.
But in physics especially, there were only few formulae, like F is equal to ma.
Yeah.
After that, everything else comes on how much you can think on your own.
Exactly.
That's what I liked a lot about physics. And
so the challenge it posed you to actually think beyond the formula.
Yeah, correct.
Wonderful. So, Dhivith, what would you say towards your JEE preparation journey? How did it exactly start with ALLEN?
Okay, so first, my mother had actually, we were thinking about doing something extra, like other than 10th standard, you know. We were always interested in engineering because of my love for physics.
Right.
So, my mother wanted to put me in some coaching, and obviously there are many options available, as you know. So, my mother asked around like many of her relatives and friends, and a lot of them recommended her to look at ALLEN.
Right.
And then after that, we saw that ALLEN Jayanagar was head campus here. And a lot of people had given good reviews about it, so we decided that we will give it a try.
Nice. So the past records kind of encouraged you, and you made this decision in class 11?
Yes.
So how has that journey of 2 years been like for you? What did you exactly do in your JEE preparation journey that all of our listeners would be inspired to hear?
Right. So obviously, I mean, I don't think I need to say this, but it's going to be a struggle, whatever you do. I mean, if you are really interested in getting good colleges, obviously, if you see the amount of competition which you have, then whether you take JEE or NEET, there is a huge amount of competition. So whatever you do, you have to work a lot. But it's not just that you have to study 24/7, because that's not possible. And it's not just about how much time you study, but it's also about how effectively you study.
Exactly.
It's not that you don't take any breaks. It's about when you need that break, when you truly need it, then you take it. You space them out so that you can get maximum productivity. That is what matters more.
Absolutely. And because there's a general myth, right? Like if you are among the top scorers, you're putting like 14, 16, 20 hours
Doesn't
daily.
happen.
Do you think that was kind of your routine that you followed?
Definitely not.
Enlighten us. How did you exactly go about your daily routine?
Okay, so in 11th, actually, I used to sleep very late and then wake up late. I mean, it was a gradual thing. Like initially, you know, when you just joined, I didn't realize how serious it was. So it took some time. But after a bit, like when portions started coming, backlog started piling up, then you realize you have to do more.
Absolutely.
And then you realize that you need some time in the day. I mean, obviously, you cannot skip classes because classes are where you learn your foundation. But that means that you have to make do with whatever time you have left. And you also have to balance it with sleep. Sleep is very important. We can't lose sleep. So my solution to that was sleeping really late, like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock initially. And slowly after the holidays, I found that I started becoming more of a morning person. And then towards the end, it shifted to entirely opposite, where I was waking up at 3 o'clock and then studying.
Nice.
But one thing that was consistent was sleeping more than 6 hours every day. 6 or more than 6.
Absolutely. So the idea of taking regular breaks and planning out your day wisely, right? So how do you portray this with reference to students who are struggling in terms of balancing on a daily basis, right? Like they have coaching, they have schooling, then you have classes at ALLEN, then you talk about your self-studies. How does that leave you with any time for yourself? Like how do you plan that?
I mean, sometimes you don't really get, all the plans you make, they don't work out, right? So, I mean, I tried to, many times, like, especially in 11th, I used to try and plan out saying, okay, for this month, I'm going to, this first week, I'm going to focus on these. Then second week, I'm going to focus on these.
Right. So, shorter term targets work for you.
But the problem is, whenever you take any long term target, things keep coming up. It's not like, I mean, it might be, you might be planning that you'll spend this much time on this subject. But then one test might come and then you might get bad marks in one subject and realize, oh, I haven't practiced enough on this.
Agreed.
So I felt it's much better to make very short-term goals and then stick to that. Like a goal for this day, saying today, and that too, you can't confine yourself like I have to do this, otherwise I'm gone. Because sometimes it doesn't happen. Like life doesn't always have a plan for us.
True. So being ready for contingencies, having a plan B, that really works for you, right?
That helps.
Tell us more about your testing ecosystem that you found at ALLEN. How effective was the study material and the testing environment that you got here?
Okay, especially about the study material at ALLEN, you get a lot of modules, right? So all these modules were very extensive in theory actually. And the best part about it is because they were very extensive, sometimes in class if you weren't clear about some concept, it would always be helpful to refer the module and read it over. And there were these things called beginner boxes. And like when you're talking about beginner boxes, right? They have very basic questions. And most people like usually used to scorn them. Like why will you sit doing such easy questions when you know you can sit and do like I don't know, SBT, or you can do Iridov or stuff like that. But those questions are also very important. Because it's just as important to have a good mix of easy and hard questions. Easy questions will train your brain to get the idea fast. And hard questions will help you improve your thinking skills.
Agreed. So the testing strategy that you created through ALLEN test series, that really helped you finalize your testing strategy for the final JEE Advanced exam?
Yeah. So for most of my year, actually, I tried only one strategy, which was CPM. Because that was working out pretty well for me. Like most tests I was doing okay. And it also followed my level of comfort in the subjects. But towards the end, what I found is, especially like when advanced came closer, right? a main thing which a lot of people have felt is that the difference between the level of maths in JEE Mains and JEE Advanced is not that much.
Okay.
But the difference in physics is huge.
Right.
Because in JEE Advanced, usually they can ask multiple choice correct questions. And each of the option will be one question of its own.
Exactly.
So the level of physics significantly improves, but maths stays very similar. So more and more I felt that maths was becoming almost as equal to my strength as physics. So I had a plan in place that in case physics became tricky, then I would swap over to maths.
Correct.
And one thing that was actually very helpful was the score tests which we wrote towards the end of the annual.
Okay.
So the score tests, initially they started giving very tricky physics.
Okay.
And somewhat moderate maths. Because I think to shatter the notion that maths is always very hard.
Yeah.
And we realized after writing 2-3 score tests that it was actually a better strategy to follow CMP.
Oh, so then you had to take the alternate in mind. True.
And then because of that, the strategy which I followed for final advance was CPM. But if physics was proving tricky, then I would always have the option to swap out the order and then do maths first before physics.
Agreed.
And it did actually work out for this exam.
Good to know that.
Yeah.
One thing which also comes after testing, Dhivith, is what you do once you realize your mistakes. So what role do you think error analysis played for you?
Okay.
And how did your teachers support you through that?
Okay, so error analysis, in my opinion, is just as much or even more important than the test itself. Because if you write tests without doing test analysis, many people are guilty of that.
True.
So the issue that comes up is you're just doing whatever you know. That doesn't help you bridge the gaps in what you don't know.
Absolutely.
And the way tests are built is they're trying to trick you in every way possible. Whether it might be a fundamental concept gap or whether it might be you not reading the question carefully. But the point is, it only matters whether you got that mark or not.
Agreed.
If you didn't get that mark, then you need to figure out why you didn't get that mark. And for that, teachers are very crucial in playing that role.
Indeed.
Like many times after tests, our friends would discuss amongst ourselves and we would try and clarify most of our doubts. Since such a batch of people, like 25 people and all, each person can't individually clarify their doubts to their teacher very easily. So that's the advantage of having a good peer group. We would all clarify the silly doubts which we had amongst ourselves, and we would ask all our common doubts to our teacher so that they could explain in detail and cover all our gaps.
Absolutely. So peer learning kind of supports your doubt clearance, right? How important it is, do you think, that students should communicate their doubts on a regular basis to their
That is very important. Like even people who have passed out and then they came to give advice to us, they told us that whatever you do, even if you have a little bit small doubt in your head, you need to ask it immediately. Because when you keep waiting saying, okay, I'll do this in the end, you'll do this in the end, what people don't realize in the end, many other things come up which you don't have planned, like boards, like practicals, and all those things will take away a lot of time.
True.
I would suggest anyone who is preparing for advanced that don't think that after mains, oh yes, I have 5-6 months, I can prepare for advanced, because it's not actually 6 months.
Right.
It's more like 2 to 3 months which you actually have.
Also, you mentioned that how important it is to utilize your break time, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think a lot of people ignore the importance of using your break time wisely?
Right. So I feel like a lot of people, they go one way or another. They might not be serious enough and they might take too many breaks during the day, or they might not take breaks at all, thinking I have to keep studying. But it's the thing is, again, it's all about productivity.
True.
And there's no fixed amount of time which somebody has to study in a day.
Absolutely.
You can't tell somebody that, okay, 12 hours is the correct thing.
Might not work for you.
Might not work for one person. And whatever thing I followed, right, it might not be what other people also follow. Some people might need to take more breaks than usual. Because all that matters is how much you get done in a day.
Yes, the quality.
Yes, the quality matters. It's okay if you study even 5 years, as long as those 5 years are like insanely productive.
Right, being 100% present out there. So
that
for all those of you who are still figuring out whose strategy I could copy in order to get mine right.
Make your own strategy, don't copy.
Perfect. So I think with all these tips in mind, we would also love to know what Dhivith loves to do besides studying. So tell us something more about your interest areas.
All right. So per se, I wasn't much of a cricket or basketball person because I didn't have many people I could play around with. Like near my house, there are not many people of the same age. So mostly I used to do stuff which you could play on your own with only another person. Like I used to play chess.
Oh,
Or I used to
mind
like playing cards. Like my parents, many times when I used to feel down, they used to play cards with me. Like
Nice.
is one of my favorites.
Perfect.
I used to play badminton a bit sometimes.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So, one last piece of advice that all the future JEE aspirants would like to hear from the expert here is, what would be Divith's success mantra that he would like to share?
Okay, it's always got to be never give up. That thing was especially true for me, right? Like my performance was not always constant or always increasing. It used to fluctuate a lot. Like for instance, towards the end of the first year, it started going down. But then in the beginning of the second year, again it shot up, and then towards the end, it started going down again. And another thing to remember, right? People think that no matter what happens in their mock test, that test happens, right? Everything should be perfect.
Yeah.
Like the day you write JEE Advanced or JEE Mains, you think that okay, everything should be perfect. I should get really good sleep the night before. I should, I should have known everything.
Yeah.
Nothing I should remember that I've forgotten this. But life isn't perfect, and something will happen that you don't exactly plan for.
True.
Like for instance, many people don't get sleep on that day, right?
Yeah.
So
the anxiety kind of takes over.
Right.
Was there any particular thing you did to calm your nerves down?
Like during one test, I think the second JEE mains attempt, I wasn't getting sleep that night actually at all. So like my mother stayed up, and then she told a lot of calming things to me.
Nice.
And you don't need to worry. So having a good support group is really important.
Agreed.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be your family also. It can be your teachers, it can be your friends. But they always need to be someone you can talk to or call whenever you are not feeling up to it.
Absolutely. And the sort of care and attention that you get at ALLEN has really been a sort of a defining factor for you.
Yes.
Right? So what is it that you would like to identify as the key thing that differentiates ALLEN's experience for you?
Right. So one thing I felt is even if you go to a higher batch in ALLEN, they always teach from the basics. Like there are many misconceptions, right? Like you might think that okay, if I'm learning with a batch of people who are very smart, that you get self-doubts like okay, am I smart enough? Will they teach from basics, or will they just go to advanced stuff? Will they just throw 5 red of problems and ask solve?
Yeah.
But it doesn't work like that. The way it works is they take more classes and then they cover the basics as well as advanced questions.
Correct.
They'll give you more practice, because practice is what helps ultimately.
Absolutely. And that's why we keep saying showing up for yourself is what you do on a daily basis. But what needs to be added more is how much effort you put in for your own self. So thank you so much, Dhivith, for taking out time to share your expertise with us. Thank you so much.